Hey, John, Tommy here. Thanks for your work in week 10, as well as in week 9, which I've just finished reading. Some really good responses, I think, to the prompts in the forums. And I sort of like, I think it was Bonnie here who replied to you. Um, I'm glad that you sort of slowed down and focused on the witness, we might say, of the heavens and the earth as the heavens darken and the earth quakes at the destruction of Jesus, because it reinforces for us how all of creation is at stake in this heir of the human and heir of God, the future of God's life and the future of the human on the earth. And it also parallels how Jesus has described the coming destruction of Jerusalem, with which I would say he has wedded his own future with the words that he's spoken, the way that he's lived out his life. So it's a dimension of the Bible that I think we have a hard time interpreting, but I'm glad you've highlighted because we do have to try to integrate it. And instead of just reading it as sort of random, miraculous signs, we want to try to make sense of what these signs say, how they bear witness to Jesus, to what is happening uh, in his life at this moment, how the whole world, we might say, is turning on this moment with him dying on the cross. So that's obviously, I think, sort of, uh, what shall we say, intensified by the word of the centurion that you highlight here at the end in chapter or in forum 10 or the one forum for week 10, because the centurion is effectively saying the words of God the Father from the baptism and from the Mount of Transfiguration, so that the words of Israel's God have become the words now of Israel's Gentile enemy, the officer who has policed Jesus' body as he has suffocated to death on the cross. And yet something about this has broken him. And like these signs of the heavens, it shows that something has broken in the kind of drama of Israel's life and the Gentile people's lives on the earth. What has divided them from one another has been broken by the power of Jesus's death. The will of this Gentile enemy of Israel to oppose Israel has been broken as he acclaims Jesus as the heir of God himself. So there's a whole new kind of future of the world that is opened, I think, for Israel and the Gentile peoples of the world by this scene and the events of the heavens and the earth, the darkening of the skies, the quaking of the ground. These are crucial witnesses to the cosmic scope of this event, of this disclosure of God with us, that I would say reverberates to our time and to our place as it touches and inspires and shapes us where we're living. So, thanks for your care in emphasizing this, and also glad to read the response in Forum 2 of week 9 about the insight you gained into these terms that are typically translated as hell, Gehenna, Hades, eternal fire is understood that way. And uh, it seems like there's some nuancing in the Bible to these words that deserves to be studied and understood. And perhaps we're left with a different picture of what God's judgment involves, what kind of hope might be present even in the midst of the horrors of God's judgment in our world. So, thanks for that too, John. And it's been a joy to read your work throughout the term. Thanks for all your dedication from the beginning until now. And I'm not sure if you're planning to come down to Pasadena when you graduate. If so, I hope that we'll be able to shake hands and say hello in person. But it's been a delight to work with you, and I hope the class has been a blessing for you.